I got up this morning early, as I normally would on a weekend, to catch up with my journal reading, in particular BMJ, and very disappointed with the editorial. Government's misplaced prevention agenda, with a tagline of "Fixing the health crisis is a choice for politicians, not people." And it talks about the problem with obesity, and essentially says this is a problem for government and not for the individual. And I'll just give you a little quote here. "Telling individuals to make better choices is unlikely to halt the decline. Far greater changes are needed to improve the nation's health. Changes requiring political leadership and policies to support social care and healthcare to narrow widening inequalities." And it talks about austerity and all of these different type of political things. And what I really wanted to say is that actually, no, it is down to the individual. Of course, government must be there to support the individual, to protect us from the large fizzy drinks companies and sugar-related industries plying us with our high-calorie content foods ad infinitum, as much as they could sell to us. So that's really where government has to take its place and really advocate on our behalf, and to stop relentless advertising and relentless campaigns enticing us to continually eat their sugary foods. It's very important as well for the NHS and for its leadership to help promote weight loss by enhancing its website. You're going to have a look online on the NHS website for losing weight. It's got fantastic resources on there. I would argue they could be even better. I personally have benefited from using the Fitbit app, and I think that the most important part of it, actually for me at least, was understanding the calorific content of food. Yes, there's much more to which type of calories one's ingesting and the type of foods and all the rest of it, but to have some idea of what you're putting into your system is so vitally important if you're going to take control and personal ownership of your weight. And for me personally, I've recently managed to lose 2 stone in weight simply by understanding what I'm putting in and what I'm taking out and adjusting accordingly. And I think if individuals do take responsibility for their own weight and for what they're taking in, then actually on a larger scale, then of course nationally we will see a decline in rates of obesity and all the obesity related problems that come with it, whether it's cardiovascular disease, diabetes, strokes, hypertension, you name it. It's all related to that, and of course cancer too, as we're now getting an increased realisation of its implications for that as well. So if we do want to increase our longevity, then of course we as individuals have to take personal responsibility for what we are ingesting. And yes, we do need government help, and we must applaud Matt Hancock on his efforts to promote healthcare for the nation on an individual basis. And we cannot just make this some kind of socialist versus capitalist conversation. It is far too dangerous. The problem with the rise in obesity and its health-related problems that are associated with it are absolutely definite, and there are things that need to be addressed by both government and individuals. Relegating it to a conversation of effectively socialism versus capitalism is really not the way forward. So that's it from me on this Sunday morning.